Hey, it's Vernal Guba, your host, here to ask the important questions in life. Menopause. Is it right for you? Woman of fast forward. Is that right for you? Um, Non-binary play. These are good jokes. You can laugh at them. Or don't. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, man. Welcome to Prelude to Ulysses. I'm probably going to change the name of this to Vernal Guba on the road. Okay, that was good. Said me. This is Alex reads the Popova, the sacred book of the ancient Chique Maya. This is the English version by Delia Goetz and Sylvanus G. Morley. Lovely names. This is from the translation of Adrian Racinos. I've never read that before. So we here are on chapter 7 of part 1. So last time in chapter 6 of part 1 of the Popova, it took a while, but Thanos got all 6 Infinity Stones. The Soul Stone, the Space Stone, the Time Stone, Reality Stone, Heart Stone, and the Weather Stone. And, fuck, this is going to be a long one. And snapped his fingers and killed everybody. Where we left off, I think Captain America was staring into the void and with Thor, all confused with what's going on. You ready? Let's just go for it. You feeling crazy? Chapter 7. Oh yeah, I know. So what really happened was two homies, Hunhunapu and these two bros tried to kill what happened last time? Two guys, who's the youths? Spelunke and Hunapu tried to kill Vukubkakix, but he just ripped the kid's hand off. And then they went and tricked him with these two old fuckers. They're like, hey, can we come fix you? If you look like you're doing bad, Thanos. I mean, Vukubkakix, who is 12 Macaw or something. Who's also like the name of 12 birds, which might symbolize something. Why is it wet on the bottom? And then they went and just tortured the living shit out of him. Oh, they ripped out all of his teeth and pulled out his eyes, I think. Oh, they cured his eyes, piercing his pupils. But he felt nothing anymore. He only watched because they took for... wow, they just... then he died. The little kid got his arm back. And the wife also died. What a miracle. What a miracle it was. Okay, chapter 7. Here now are the deeds of Zipacna, the elder son of Vukubkakix. Which I don't... Oh, yeah. Zipacna and Cabracion are the two sons. Here now are the deeds... I thought he died too. I guess I was confused. I've been putting apple cider vinegar in my tea. You have to be careful with how much you put in there. A little too much, I think. Here now are the deeds of Zipacna, the elder son of Vakubkakix. I am the creator of the mountains, said Zipacna, which is a lie, if you recall. Zipacna was bathing at the edge of a river when 400 youths passed, which is pronounced Omak Kwaholab, which means 400 young men. The collective noun is used to indicate a great number or a crowd. When 400 youths passed, dragging a log to support their house. Got to be a big log for 400 kids, huh? The 400 were walking, having cut down a large tree to make the ridge pole of their house. I think that the ridge pole be this internal beam. But I don't know. I don't know anything. Like, the house is crying. I would be too if I was a house. Ridge pole of their house. Then Zipacna came up, and going towards the 400 youth, said to them, "What are you doing, boys?" Zipacna is also a youth. Yeah. "It is only this log," they answered, "which we cannot lift and carry on our shoulders." "I will carry it." Zipacna's huge. "Where does it have to go? What do you want it for?" "For a ridgepole for our house." Let's look up ridgepole. Let's see if I'm right. Gatling gun. An X. Nope. What are you looking up? What word are you looking up? Ridgepole. Element of P. Q. R. Sex pot. Someone who is especially sexy and provocative. What's that? What's a sextant? It's erotic. Okay. Rochambeau. What am I looking up? Roach. Ridgepole pine. Ooh, I was there. Wait, is that the term? Ridgepole. R-I. Ridership? Ridiculous? Dang it, where is it? Ridge. Gosh, that was rough. Okay. A long, narrow, this is just for ridge. The long and narrow upper edge or crest of something. There's much more, but I think that's it. Any raised narrow strip as on cloth. To provide for. Okay, awesome. I was right. That'll be $100 for a ridgepole for our house. All right, he answered, and lifting it up, he put it on his shoulders and carried it to the entrance of the house of the 400 boys. I thought I put in less this time, too. I need more honey. Just hold on there. Everyone knows which way it goes. your nose. Up your nose. While all this honey is coming down, what do you want to talk about? How's honey made? I think bees vomit it into jars. I want less work. Sorry, I've not been able to see that. That's probably enough. Took it to the house, the entrance of the 400 boys. Now stay with us, boy, they said. Have you a mother or a father? I have neither, he answered, because he never had a mother, or if he did, I don't really know. Then we shall hire you tomorrow to prepare another log to support our house. Hold on a second. Glad that's taken care of. Whew! Okay. Then we shall hire you tomorrow to prepare another log. Good, he answered. The 400 boys talked together then and said, how shall we kill this boy? Ooh, because it is not good what he has done lifting the log alone. Harrison Bergeron coming up. Let us make a big hole and push him. So it's not good what he has done lifting the. Why is that not good? Too strong. Too strong. And also he's like pretending like he made all the mountains, which are his friends anyways. I think he plays like football with them. Whew. That's good. It's a good taste. Hi, Moth. So he will fall into it. It's a giant hole, though. Go down and take out the earth and carry it from the pit. We shall let the large log fall on him, and he will die there in the pit. I think this is going to backfire. Do you think I have ticks? Some people have ticks for long periods of time and don't know. What if you had like a super hairy back and you're too big to reach and feel it and you didn't take showers all the time? Or a butt. No, you wipe your butt all the time. Some people don't do a good job. I bet, what's the longest time someone's lived with a tick? Let's move on to something else. So said the 400 boys, and they dug a very large, very deep pit. Then they called Zapakna. Beep, 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 boop, boop, boop. Hey, Zapakna, we like you very much. Go digging dirt. Go and dig dirt, for we cannot reach the bottom of the pit. So they told him to come on over and help dig, because they can't get to that far to the bottom. All right, he answered, and he went at once into the pit. And calling to him as he was digging the dirt, they said, have you gone down very deep yet? Yes, he answered, beginning to dig the pit. So is he lying? But the pit which he was making was to save him from danger. He knew that they wanted to kill him, so when he dug the pit, he made a second hole at one side in order to free himself. Why would you go there? If you knew they were going to do that, just say no and stomp them. think fooling another person was like at one point like the ultimate sign of genius, right? It's like if you could fool somebody, like it was a good sign, right? There must have been. Ow! I just took some tea and slapped it on my knee, and I felt good. It was hot, warm water on my kneecap. What were we talking about? What were you saying? I don't know. Twice? Okay. How far have you gone? So he made a second hole, and so the hole, you want to draw a picture of it? So this is the house they built. All right? Now you can walk to the pit from that house by going around the plane, that tree side, go down, cruiser, and then here you are. And then if you walk this way a little bit, you can get to the pit, which they started digging a little hole, but Mr. Gargantuan Tinfoil Boy, whatever his name is, dug a big old pit, right? So he's in here digging, throwing rocks out. Where's a good pen that works? But he's also dug a hole right here. So when they drop a bunch of shit on him, he can just be right here. Happy as a clam. Ready to dig up and fucking smash these guys. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's a good pen. Didn't work. So, made a second hole at one side in order to free himself. You're welcome for that drawing. How far have you gone? The 400 boys called down. I am still digging. I will call up to you when I have finished the digging, said Zipacna from, where's his brother Caprician? Prince Calibran. Prince Caspian, I'm sorry. Said Zipacna from the bottom of the pit. But he was not digging his grave. Instead, he was opening another pit in order to save himself. I like the repetition. It's fun. At last, Zipacna called to them. But when he called, he was already safe in the second pit. Come and take out and carry away the dirt which I have dug and which is in the bottom of the pit, he said, because in truth I have made it very deep. Do you not hear my call? Nevertheless, your calls, your words repeat themselves like an echo, once, twice, and so I hear well where you are. So Zipacna called from the pit, where he was hidden, shouting from the depths. What does this mean? Nevertheless, your calls, your words repeat themselves like an echo, once, twice, and so I hear well where you are. What does that mean? Why did you say that? What's the point of that sentence? I can hear you well. He was trying to cover up for the fact that his voice was coming from over here and not down here. I don't know. Then the boys hurled the great log violently, and it fell quickly with a thud at the bottom of the pit. Let no one speak. Let us wait until we hear his dying screams, they said to each other, whispering, and each one covering his face as the log fell noisily. Ah! Why would you do that? If you're going to murder someone, watch it happen. I guess. Then you, know they're dead. I really don't like this flop of hair. I feel like I just became an anime character. Soon my hair got to this length. Oh, yes, we will fight. We will fight so hard and harder than I've ever fought before. Did you know that I can fly a jet? Yes. It's a bad start. Yes, didn't you know I could fly a jet? This hurts my thumb. Oh, let's read this book. Covered his face as the log fell noisily. He, Zipacna, spoke then, crying out. But he was called only once, when the log fell to the bottom. But he called only once when the log fell to the bottom. So when he saw it go, he was like, "Oh!" And then when it hit, he's like, "Oh boy, I sure am dying down here. What a bummer. Really liked it when I was just carrying logs for you guys for free." If you found a giant that was willing to do chores for you, that's an asset. That's someone you should keep around. Or at least like find a mutually beneficial like relationship. You can't just assume giants are dumb. Or trolls. Or goblins. Or gargoyles for that matter. Never ever just assume they're dumb. Yeah, no, I remember. So, how well we have succeeded in this. Now he is dead, said the boys. If, unfortunately, he had continued what he had begun to do, we would have been lost, because he already interfered with us, the 400 boys. What? If, unfortunately, he had continued what he had begun to do, which was help them, we would have been lost, because he already interfered with us. They asked him. Did they? Oh, he said, "What are you doing, boys?" They're like, "We can't carry this." He's like, "I'll do it." Okay, whatever. These kids are jerks. Kids can be so cruel to giants that help them build their house. A house with 400 boys. It sounds like the worst place on the planet. And they built it themselves. Guba. Okay, no, we got it. And filled with joy, they said, now we must make our chicha, Chicha, which that's a drink of the Guatemalan Indians. It's made of fermented corn. Within the next 3 days, said, so now we must make our chicha within the next 3 days. When the 3 days are past, we shall drink to the construction of our new house. We, the 400 boys. Then they said, tomorrow we shall look, and day after tomorrow we shall also look, to see if the ants do not come out of the earth when the body smells and begins to rot. Presently we shall become calm and drink our chicha, they said. Let's just pull everything together real quick. So Zipacna's just chilling at this point. He's full of himself, but he's not really in anyone's way. Then a bunch of kids walk by. They're carrying a log that they cannot really carry. They're struggling with. And he's like, what are you guys doing? He's like, we're trying to build our house, but we can't carry this log. And he's like, I'll help you. Absolutely. For free. No problem. And he takes it and he helps them. And they're like, come on back tomorrow. We could really use some more help. He's like, sure. Sounds good. So they'll pay it. And then they're like, we got to kill this fucking guy. Let's just dig a pit and throw him in there and then throw a giant log on top of him to kill his ass. And they're like, yeah, 400 kids are like, yep, that's how we deal with this. This is the right way to move. This is the right move. Somehow Zipacna is smarter than... He's pretty intuitive gentleman. He himself is a youth, despite his enormous size. So they think alike. He probably would have done the same thing to these kids. It's just human nature to put someone in a hole and hit him with a log. But what can I say? And then... So he does part of the job of getting in the hole, but he digs himself a little, like, side chute so he can escape when they throw the log. Then they throw it at him, and he pretends like he was hit. And now these kids are like, fuck yeah, we're awesome. Let's get fucking drunk, man. But it takes 3 days for them to get drunk. And then they're like, let's keep checking back here for the ants, man. We need to make sure he's rotting. Ants leave the earth when your body rots in the ground. That's neat. Okay. And then presently we'll be calm and drink our chicha. So they're going to still get drunk and see if the body is rotting, I guess. But from his pit, Zipacna listened to everything the boys said. And later, on the second day, multitudes of ants came, going and coming and gathering under the log. Some carried Zipacna's hair in their mouths, and others carried his fingernails. Did he cut it off? Did he trick him? When the boys saw this, they said, that devil has now perished. Look how the ants have gathered, how they have come by hordes, some bringing his hair and others his fingernails. Look what we have done. So they spoke to each other. So fucking proud of themselves. Nevertheless, Zipacna was very much alive. He had cut his hair and gnawed off his fingernails to give them to the ants. And so the 400 boys believed that he was dead. And on the third day, they began the orgy, and all of the boys got drunk, and the 400 being drunk knew nothing anymore. And then Zipacna left the house, let the house fall on their heads, and killed all of them. So all these kids were, I'm going to assume that's not an actual orgy, but like an orgy of a party. Let's just go with that. And all of the boys got drunk. And then the 400 they're all fucked up inside their house, and Zipacna pushes the house on them. Not even one or two among the 400 were saved. They were killed by Zipacna, son of Vakub Kakix. In this way, the 400 boys died, and it is said that they became the group of stars, which because of them are called Mots. That's the seven sisters, Pleiades, Motz. But it may not be true. I bet that last part is added for the Christian readers. As quick as possible.